Greetings there, fellow mages. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Mind Over Magic, Episode 10, Runaways. I wonder if Shield can harvest those ice petals before... Oh, there's an ooze in the school. Before the fog overtakes them. I will try. We just got... Oh, you know what? I didn't... Yeah, so we just got... the domesticated ice flowers. And now we're currently researching lightning rods. So up here, I can put ice flower petals, which requires viscera, wood, and ice flower seeds. So I'll put 4 of them up there for now. And Shield is trying to get as many ice petals before the fog overtakes it as possible. Although the fog is coming, like, in 1 hour. So I think my best bet is to just store these ice petals and cut our losses, because these are going to be overtaken. There's no point in harvesting it if it's about to disappear. The opportunity, rather. Okay, water wins by 1. Got it. So for that, I need a little bit more wood. So chop. Cathanon and Board Drake are our choppers. Oh yeah, I think we were trying to harvest over there, and then the fog pushed Shield out. The fog will never kill you, it just will nudge you inwards. And then anything that you were currently doing out there, like if we were still trying to get those ice petals, we would just lose the opportunity because they're now consumed by the fog. They're covered by it as like a terrain blocker. So we need 75 wood for the next ritual, and Shield is going to focus on getting that wood so that in the morning Marcelo can participate in the ritual, fulfilling this rested ritualist requirement. And then also, I am going to do one other weird thing here, and I'll explain why. So Nikolai is going to get a special schedule here. So what I'm going to do for him, and first, let me fix the fully trained students so that their schedules match the normal schedule. So fully trained student will have a schedule like that. And then Nikolai will have a schedule that matches where he will take classes in the morning, recreate, and then just task in the afternoon. And the reason for this is so that Marcelo wants to cast alone in class. So Nikolai won't be part of that afternoon class, and that will allow Marcelo to solo learn. The other way to do this would be to have a second learning stone elsewhere, so that there's a separate, like, private tutoring to fulfill those needs, but I don't actually have the facilities. I don't have a room for that yet. So it makes more sense to just set it up so that Marcelo gets that afternoon class by himself. Oh, another ooze. I ought to clean up this room a little bit. In fact, Shield, your clean will be... Man, I keep relying on you. The highest priority. Because oozes are like destroying the mana lantern and the cruel pot and all that. Don't want that. So we have enough wood and gut berries for the superior repel fog, but I don't know if we're going to have enough after we craft the wand. I could do the math, but I'm going to do the ritual first because it's more important. And then the carcass stews aren't being made because I'm out of them. So, Vivified. Your meals are bitter gruel or gut berries. Now that I have 3 gut berry planters up here, I can go back to gut berries. In fact, I can just do gut berries alone because we're now cultivating them. And I can send shield to finish those planters so that we actually, you know, plant that stuff. And the tending is like special earth magic, which makes them grow faster. So it's not necessarily required, but it is highly beneficial for the bonus grow speed. As you can see, there's sunlight growth rate, the nature magic growth rate. So Gutberry planters planted in planters can grow way faster than wild ones as a result. No research selected. There we go. Back to lightning rods. So as soon as Marcelo is up and awake, I'll have him take part in that ritual, because he needs to be rested for it. The other thing is I can right-click on the bed and force him to sleep so that he gains that rested, but it's just easiest to do first thing in the morning, so I don't have to micromanage it. So Marcelo, go repel the fog. And that will get you the heart medallion. So yeah, this gutberry is growing at 300% speed versus wild gutberries that are growing at 100% speed. So it's 3 times faster cultivated. And that's true of like most plants. Most plants will have huge multipliers because you're cultivating it with nature magic. So is everything inside the fog instantly lost, or can you save stuff? So if it's a loose item on the ground, it's gone. It gets deleted. Plants and the like, so like these ice flowers, did not get deleted. If I had harvested them and the ice petals were on the ground and the fog overtook them, then the ice petals on the ground would have been poofed. The other things that get deleted are the crystals. So the crystals are really just condensed fog, and anytime the fog overtakes them, the crystals disappear, and then once the fog is pushed back, it will reveal a new subset of crystals. So I got a foggy crystal and a malice crystal. Neither of them I'm going to interact with. So yeah, anything in the fog that is not part of nature is removed, essentially. So we didn't have enough wood until just now when Cathanon chopped that tree for the water wand. So I was completely right in not doing that water wand until now. We would not have been able to do the ritual. But the ritual gave Marcelo the ability to recreate faster, which is kind of nice. And in 3 hours, he should start fulfilling his solo learner. So, Cathanon, let's summon a gifted student, a water student. And fingers crossed it will be a good one, because my lord have we tried a lot. We might want to, like, lower our standards, maybe. I mean, it's up to you. I'll end up polling for it. But it hasn't been going well, and our luck might not change unless we lower our standards, is all I'm going to say. Oswald. Oswald is another Raven cult. So if Oswald eats in a mess hall, common room, or house commons 10 times, he will gain conviction for sleeping. Gains extra conviction for sleeping. If I defeat 2 level 1 enemy parties without using potions, he'll brew potions faster. And if he is high conviction when casting on a learning stone, he'll gain 10 power. 10 power is decent. That will bring his total power up to 30. It's not terrible. Can one die in this game? Oh, absolutely. In fact, Locke almost died multiple times. Like 3 times in the since the start of the stream. Oh, Runaways have appeared in the fog. So this is a random event that actually can be really, really powerful, because often Runaways they'll have some conviction issues when you first get them, but they can they can have higher level wands than you have access to. The other thing is, like, I don't have anywhere to house them. So what I might want to do is to uninstall or shrink my medical beds to make this another dormitory, because I physically don't have a space to put them at the moment. So after the runaway students show up, I'll have you guys vote on whether or not I'm keeping any of the new students. So we have Pascal. He has a level 3 lightning wand. Boom! Like, mind blown. I have no idea if he's good, but holy crap. So let's take a look at him. If he eats in a common room or house commons 30 times, he will heal much, much faster. The thing is, I don't have a common room yet, so that's hard to fulfill. If he lands the killing blow on 3 enemies that are at least skull level 1, he gains speed and power. His base power is 0, his base speed is 10. If he casts in a large group, which actually is now easy to do, because there's 5 students and 1 teacher, so that's 6. That meets the requirements of group casting. He'll gain 10 more power. If he is fully rested, tranquil, and full at the same time, he'll gain speed, power, and mana. If he charges up a mana lantern 3 times, he'll gain HP and mana, 25 each. If he charges up a mana lantern 15 times, he'll gain 10 power, 50 mana. And then if he pets a refining beast 75 times, he'll gain conviction for chopping and harvesting. If I can fulfill, and the reason why there's so many medallions is because of the level of the wand. Higher level wands and gifted students will increase the value of their medallions, I think, and then higher level wands will increase the amount of trials and medallions that you have. So gifted high level wand students have a much higher potential than other students. So there's a lot of power. So if I calculated it all up, like, he has a base power of 10, or 0 rather. So this is 5, 15, 19, 29. He can potentially gain up to 29 bonus power from fulfilling his trials. Meaning that every ability that he casts does 29 extra damage, which is almost twice as much as Cathanon has. So that's Pascal. Then there's Kai, or I'm going to assume it's Kai, who is dark magic. Kai is Ravencult, so bonus or default power and speed is above normal. Dancing with friends. Dance in a room with at least 6 students or staff present doubles the recreation fill, which is actually really helpful for Ravencult, because Ravencultists are very sad. So extra recreation fill is kind of nice. And that's actually pretty easy to do. I would just need 1 more Enchantophone. And to put the Enchantophones in a room together. So it's not too bad. Defeat a level 3 skull or higher party without anyone going unconscious for cooking ×2. That's probably not even worth attempting. Especially if his fire skill is low. His fire skill is level 1. So that trial is like, I don't even care about it at all. Because fire magic is what is your cooking speed. So ×2 of very bad is still very bad. It's like ×2 of 1 is 2. Cool. Whereas if his fire skill was like 6, it'd be like 12 cooking speed. All right. Cast at a dark teaching portal 100 times in a layer of the dark arts for 40 boosted power. So 40 boosted power is an insane amount of power, but there is absolutely, positively no way I'm going to fulfill that. I am 15 hours away, 20 hours away from making a layer of the dark arts. So there's just no possibility. Because what ends up happening is when they're fully trained in their magic skills, they become unmanageably difficult. Especially as a Raven cultist, because they're going to have conviction issues. Basically, what would happen, if you're wondering, is if I didn't graduate him until I fulfilled that, is the likelihood is he'll have a mental break and like run away and disappear. Like, it's just not fulfillable. Cast while full for teaches twice as fast. It's not terrible. And then Solo Learner for +1 dark skill cap. That's really handy, considering he is a dark skill to begin with. That will bring his dark magic from 5 to 6, potentially giving him access to new spells. Then Dance 2 days in a row without craving recreation gives him plus 2.5 base conviction. And that helps to counteract a sixth of his doom and gloom as a Raven Cult. It's not great, but it's okay. And then pet a refining beast 3 times to restore mana per every hour. I don't really care. So I would say Pascal is way better potential than Kai. Because most of Kai's obtainable medallions aren't useful. And then his unobtainable ones are awesome, but like, or at least this one is awesome, but like, I'm not going to be able to do it. So do we keep, first off, do we still keep Nikolai? The reason I'm asking this is one of the ways, so there's essentially two ways to take care of plants. You can take care of plants with a nature student, or you can take care of plants with undead quilted beasts. So dark arts people can make little minions, which will chop down trees or repair, which will tend crops or harvest crops, haul things or clean things. The haulers and cleaners only require dark skill 1. So any mage will be able to make those. Whereas the more powerful ones, the repair, the lumberjacks, the crop tenders, and the harvesters require a skill of 4. Now, a skill of 4, a dark 4, is not that hard to obtain. Any gifted level 1 dark arts wand will be able to have access to that. My 2 cents. Oh, and the quilted beasts do not get entangled, do not take poison. So they have the same benefits as shattered nature does. And in fact, they don't even sleep, they don't eat. They are just little automatons that would essentially make Nikolai not useful, I guess. The other thing is my 2 cents. So both nature and dark are pretty terrible in combat. Dark can be useful in combat if the dark caster has insanely high power, but so some of the schools of magic, like air and dark, air has their primary attack is a multi-strike, which has really, really, really low base damage. But if you have a high power multiplier, so it will be like attack an enemy for like 3 damage 3 times. So cool, a total of 9 damage. That sucks, right? Well, what if you had a power of 50? Well, then that's attacking an enemy 3 times for 53 damage each strike. For, a lot more damage. 159 damage instead of like 9 damage, right? So air is heavily relied on power, and dark is too. One of dark's abilities is miasma. Miasma attacks all enemies. With low base power, that will only do 30 damage to each enemy, which is nice, but not like crazy good. If he had a power of like, let's say 70, well, okay. Now you're talking, because that will do like 70 damage or 80 damage to each enemy, which is way, way better in my opinion. It's just that I don't have the facilities to unlock his potential. Because we are a fledgling school, we're not an advanced school that has access to the layer of the dark arts or anything like that. And if you're wondering, the layer of the dark arts is down here. So 12,000, 9,000, 3,000, 1560, 500. And then the materials to craft this stuff is stuff I'm not going to be able to obtain reasonably within 15 to 20 hours. I don't have sculpstone, I don't have spore caps, I don't have frost glass, I don't have void caps, I don't have any of these things. So there's just zero possibility that I'll be able to fund that before he loses his mind out of boredom for not graduating. Imagine going to college and having to do 15 semesters where you sit around on your thumb. You're basically in prison. And that's That's why it's not reasonable to try to keep them. The other thing I'm going to need to do is to set up a dorm. So, shield. Let's assemble these beds. In fact, I'm going to stop everyone right now to assemble these beds quickly because the students are going to need somewhere to sleep. And no, we're not keeping Nikolai. Do we keep Pascal, the lightning mage? I will also put my thumb on the scale. My two cents. Pascal's probably worth keeping because he has insane power potential. Kai is probably not worth keeping because one thing I was trying to get around to is the mages that won't be useful in combat. It's best to have so the mages that aren't typically used in combat would be like Earth because their combat skills suck, Dark because their combat skills generally suck, and Air because their combat skills suck. And if they're not used in combat, then low upkeep is a huge priority. Low upkeep means they're very easy to please, and Raven Cult students or faculty are not easy to please. They have a permanent minus 15 conviction, so they're just a lot more challenging to deal with than it's probably worth, in my opinion. So to that end, for utility mages that just take care of the tower, you're looking at going with maybe Wolfkin or maybe Shattered or Vivified because they don't have annoying dietary restrictions. They don't have negative conviction modifiers. They're just easier than going with Raven Cult, which is fussy and sad. So we are working on a dorm for them so that the new students have somewhere to sleep. So these beds are going to be for students only. And this is like a temporary dorm just because we have an unexpected overflow of extra students. Alright, we're going to need to repel. You know, maybe I could do a repel right now. Could anyone benefit from repelling? No. No one has a ritual related to repel. So, it doesn't really matter who I use. Actually, it does. The huge benefit of level 3 wands is their repel strength is much higher, as you can see. That would be the only case to keep Kai, is he is able to repel fog as a student or faculty super more effectively than another dark arts with a level 1 wand. So there is a case to keep him for that. And I kind of forgot that until just now, where if Pascal and Kai were faculty, it would be 120 repel, 120 repel, and then whatever my best student is. So there's a huge difference between repelling 30 and repelling 120. So do we keep Kai? Yes or no? It's also possible that if we keep him and it becomes an issue, like constantly moody or something like that, we can retire him. Retire or retire emeritus. So these are making your faculty move on. So if it is very problematic, it's fixable. Misty crystals, bleak crystal, dismal crystal. No, I don't care about any of those crystals. So this is also a dormitory. I'll just have it be the red dorm and the green dorm. It's a dormitory because there's 3 beds and a window. There's also a case to be made because I have a 6th slot now for a bed. Because I essentially got rid of my hospital. There's a case to be made to to bring in another student. No access. I'm trying to figure out if there's anywhere I can put medical beds, because not having medical beds placed anywhere can have really dire consequences of not being able to heal anyone. So, yeah. Move this enchantophone here and put the other medical bed down there. Like that. I'm making an argument to keep both. Well, it would make it very... So you can see how far we push the fog back with that ritual because of the power of that wand. So my argument is like, maybe we keep Kai, and if it becomes more trouble than it's worth, because he's about to actually dip into his conviction, right? Like, he's almost having a mental break as it is already. So it's very challenging to keep him. But we can try, and then we can let him go if it becomes a recurring problem that can't be managed. Right? Whereas Pascal, because he's not doom and gloom, is above the conviction threshold of a mental break. So looks like we're keeping both. Alright. Got it. If I was to summon in another student, what school of magic would you want? Would you want to go with air, because we haven't done an air yet? Or because we've had students of all of the other schools? Or go with something else? It's entirely up to you. We have a 6th bed to fill if we wanted to fill it. Nikolai's... So Marcelo, you wanted to... I don't think I'm going to care about Marcelo's solo learner anymore. Because I have to work towards Pascal and Kai's fulfillments. So Pascal wants to charge stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set charging disabled for everyone else other than Pascal. So Pascal can get those 15 charges. And then also he wants to pet a refining beast 75 times, which is kind of a ridiculous amount. So I'm going to even put that on emergency. So if there's a petting beast that needs to be pet, he drops what he is doing and goes to do it. Whereas Kai only needs to pet a refining beast 3 times. So that's very easy to do. And I'm going to disable petting beasts for everyone else as a result. Just so that we can start working on those medallions. Do I ever go if I can create more powerful ones? They're part of a research tree. So let's say I want Earth level 2. I could do Earth Wand, and here it is. Earth level 2 wands require a potion of recharging wood and stone. Potions of recharging requires this research here for alchemy. All level 2 wands require recharging potions. So I would need recharging potions to be unlocked first, which are made of ectoplasm and viscera, which are really not that hard to fulfill. Yeah, we're right now we're working on lightning rods so that lightning storms don't wreck me. But after that, I can pull you guys on what to research next. But I don't want to keep getting hit by lightning because it's very annoying. And very destructive. So Pascal's already done 2 of his creature comforters. Kai does need 3 pets, and he's allowed. He is set to care for beasts. The thing is, because they're really high-level mages, it will also take a very long time to fully train them in the school. Meaning, I have a long time to fulfill these medallions, compared to the other students, which have a lower threshold of total magics, meaning that they are fully trained much faster. And it looks like you guys want air. So let's do one last student in air. So sinew, stone, and wood. Oh, air ones take stone? Oh, that hurts. But okay, I'll do it. Stone is kind of a precious material a little bit. So things that require stone for wands feels bad because I don't have a ton of stone available to me. Now, the other thing is I'm probably not going to be able to summon a gifted student for this, which is fine, because A, I don't have the adept scrolls, and B, I don't have 2 faculty that have at least lightning 3. So I'll just have to do a summon normal student, but that's fine once the wand is done being made. And this is just so that I can show you wand magic abilities versus the other ones. Wolfkin perform better in battle. They'll have 150% speed and power. Nice. So Cathanon will be hitting harder with his spells. And Locke will be going even earlier. As you can see, their power stats is actually, you can see it right here. So 23 up from 15 and 53 up from 35. So today is definitely the day to go into the dungeon, which is already my priority. So the current priority right now is to do trials and clear dungeons. Oswald just got Blissful Learner. I don't really care because he's not one of the students we're keeping. Pascal got Group Learner. So Pascal just had extra power, boosted power. So 10. And here's a good example of how long it takes to summon extra students once you have a big student population. So our third one is Ryan. So Ryan, oh, you're not even out of the portal yet. I couldn't click on you. Is another Wolfkin. So here's the example I was saying. Multi-strike does 3 base damage. It attacks an enemy twice. So if you don't have power modifiers, let's say Ryan was human, that would be a spell that does 6 damage. Pretty suck. It's amazing if you get your power modifier up, but it sucks on its own. Then Shield of Wind, which shields an enemy, shields an ally from an attack. And then Multi-strike level 2 once he's higher level in magic, which attacks an enemy 3 times. So air is one of those schools of magic which can be pretty powerful in combat, but it does require the very special situation where they have very high base power. So not all air mages are going to be worth bringing into battle. What's on the schedule? So it's noon. Okay, let's go into the dungeon. What am I bringing? Your water, probably Marcello. Oh, actually, no. I can work on trials here. So Pascal wants to get a landing blow on 3 enemies. Let's do that. So Pascal, I need to feed you because you're very hungry. So go eat some bitter gruel, and then we'll send you down to the dungeons. Ink, thank you for the resub. And Red Wraith for the follow. And TGK too. Alright, so you've eaten. Cool. So, a little reminder, Kai here wants to defeat a level 3 skull without going unconscious. I mean, and to get extra cooking, so I don't care about that at all. But Pascal's is pretty easy to do. Killing blow on 3 enemies is not too ridiculous. So, Pascal gets pulled in. I bring, let's say, 4 rejuve potions and get going. Marcello's also ready for graduation. So, School of Magic to replace Marcello, up to you. And likely the students that we're doing, are just going to be for adept scrolls. I'm not really going to consider adding any of them unless they're insanely good. So one thing to consider is the cost of their wands. So for instance, like a fire wand is just wood, a very easy material to come by. Whereas I could do water, and I have access to water wands level 2 because I have them unlocked. So it's possible, because I've done the cultivating ice flower, to craft a level 2 wand, but it would require me to do pick-me-ups as a prerequisite. So if we did water, I would follow up a poll whether or not you want me to go for a level 2 wand. Also, let's refill the ward before it closes on us from behind. So we got 2 Belchers and a Mite in the back. So the Mite in the back is a little annoying because they can't be attacked by front line, but that's fine. Because our bolts do extra damage. You know what? I think I'm actually going to chew through the front anyway, so we can get to the back quicker. But it is worth remembering Pascal wants Killing Blow, and there's 3 enemies here, so I don't mind taking extra damage so that Pascal can fulfill the Killing Blow 3 times. I just need to bring the enemies down to 22 HP or lower for that to work. So there's 1. Vengeance is like a return damage. I can't Killing Blow that one, so I'm just going to essentially pass turn here. Passing refills your mana, so it's not completely worthless. And then pass as well. I'm going to recharge. No, I don't need to recharge. All right, so now that Mite is within 2 hit points. This Mite's going to commit suicide here, so can't be helped. So Pascal's getting 2 of his 3 Killing Blows, which is not bad for one fight. Not bad at all. And then because nobody really took excessive damage except for Drake here, I could potentially... Oh, I'm out of storage space. Okay. Let's work on that. I was gonna store everything, but yeah. So Drake, drink one of those, and then everyone else store stuff. Right, Drake, drink another, and then store the last one. Do Village, thank you for the reset. Question. Should I craft a level 2 water wand? Yes or no? That would require me to either abandon the lightning rod research or pivot. Or do it afterwards, rather. Let's leave that up to you. One of the other benefits down here is we did get extra iron. So what I'm going to temporarily do is to get a second enchantophone, because that's going to be able to fulfill the group dancing that Kai has, Dance with Friends. Because each enchantophone only allows 4 people to use it at once, so I need 2 enchantophones for there to be 6 people using it at once in one room. So if I build a copy of this, Kai can have his Dancing with Friends done. And then I can break down the enchantophone and turn it into a lightning rod. If we get lightning rod research, that is. All right, Marcelo, I am going to graduate you with Locke, because Locke still has... Yeah, Locke still has the lowest conviction. Alright, look, I'll call the poll a little early. Looks like we're just going to do a level 1 wand, not even a gifted student wand. Keep it cheap. So, level 1 water wand. And that requires more wood, so we got to do more chopping. Thank you for tuning in to Mind Over Magic, which originally streamed live on Twitch April 2nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow mages.